4 cars from us?
Correct, Ken, yep.
And your latest one was
Range Rover.
a Range Rover. So, if I can ask you, who do you feel you'll have a relationship with?
Well, I have a number of relationships clearly, and in many senses they're interconnected. I have a relationship, number one, first and foremost, with the individual, the sales guy that actually sort of was responsible for helping me choose the right vehicle at the right price to the right specification. Got to know me very well, on a personal level, over a number of weeks. I'd say that was my principal relationship. I then also have a relationship clearly with the brand. It's a vehicle I've purchased in the past, and it's a mark that I like. I have a further relationship clearly with Hunters of Guildford, who are my local dealership. I bought from them in the past. They obviously know me reasonably well. They're local to me. And last but not least, I clearly have a relationship with Inchcape. And a lot of the actual, the financial transaction, the commercial aspect of the purchase was communicated to me through Inchcape correspondence. And so, I know of Inchcape, I understand their role in the purchasing process. So Inchcape, dealer, brand, manufacturer, and finally the individual that I got to know very well in terms of selling me the vehicle. So I've got a number of relationships all interconnected. Now the most important one from my perspective was the sales representative from Hunters, who, as I say, took me on a test drive, understood clearly my ambitions, what I could afford, the type of lifestyle I have, and the best vehicle to sort of to deliver what I wanted. And over a number of weeks he got to know me very well. And furthermore, what I would add is that the level of intelligence, the level of information that he gained from me was actually, on reflection, probably akin to the sort of information that a doctor or a lawyer might have. He knows about me personally, he knows about my business, he knows about my earnings, he knows about my lifestyle, he knows my family, he knows obviously all about where I live, my interests. All of these things were important in terms of determining, number one, what vehicle was best suited to my requirements, and also clearly best suited to my lifestyle. But the level of information that I divulged to him, the level of information that he had access to, was actually, on reflection, quite incredible.
Yeah. And do you think we use that information? Are we keeping in touch with you on a regular basis? I mean, you didn't mention after sales, interesting enough. I mean,
well, in my business, one of the mantras we always sort of say is you've got to get close to your customers to understand what it is they need, what it is they want, and anticipate in many senses what it is they require. So I would say, to be fair, that I haven't really had any sort of further relationship develop with the sales guy after the sort of point of purchase, which is a little bit, to my mind, disappointing, in that there's very little follow through once the vehicle had been sort of delivered. I had brief correspondence on first service, but 18 months later I can honestly say that no one's really been in touch with me, and to the point where now my Range Rover is due for its first MOT. I was the one that actually anticipated that and phoned up the dealership with a view to booking it in. So despite the closeness of the relationship that was formed during the sales process, I've not really sort of gained any benefit from the development of that over the last 18 months.
So did we book you in for the MOT?
You know what, Ken, in the end I did it myself, and when I did make the inquiry to Hunters about making the booking, I'm afraid they couldn't fit me in for 5 weeks. I can only really do weekends because I have a busy lifestyle in the week, demanding schedules from work, so therefore the weekend, Saturdays are the time I could realistically drop the vehicle off, and unfortunately there was no slots for me for 4 or 5 weeks, so I had reluctantly to go and find alternative arrangements.
Which is who?
Well, actually, it was a dealer called Lookers at Battersea, who were a little bit closer to where I live. But I do think there was a missed opportunity there. As I say, I did build a close relationship and a personal relationship with the sales rep, and in a sense, I don't really feel that it went anywhere after the point of purchase.
Thanks for